Welcome to The Explainer. Look, if you've been anywhere near the auto tech space lately, you know AI is literally the ultimate buzzword. Everyone's talking about it, right? But is it actually doing what it's supposed to do? Today, we're diving into a brutally honest breakdown of the automotive AI industry by Fractional Chief AI Officer David Rozek. And we're going to explore exactly why, right now, the current chaos is actually winning. Rozek argues that the entire industry is looking at AI completely the wrong way. So let's unpack his fascinating perspective. Here's our roadmap for today. We're covering the auto AI identity crisis, entering the janitor phase, fixing the lifecycle flow, the hidden service goldmine, plugging dealership leaks, and finally, the 2026 bottom line. Section 1. The auto AI identity crisis and the disconnect between headlines and reality. So, the harsh truth here? Most AI pitched to dealers right now is, as Rozek puts it, like bolting a carbon fiber spoiler onto a car with a blown transmission. It looks incredibly fast, but it's fundamentally broken underneath. There's just this massive gap between flashy trade show promises and absolute operational chaos. At events like NADA, dealers are promised AI that'll magically move 50 extra units a month. But the reality, you log into your CRM and find a glorified chatbot hallucinating fake price quotes to a lead literally named Testing Testerson. No way, right? But it happens all the time. David Rozek hits the nail on the head here. He says, everyone wants the headline, nobody wants the homework. He really emphasizes that the real AI story in automotive isn't that shiny, flashy demo. It's the quiet, unglamorous, and absolutely necessary work happening under the hood. The crazy part is, most dealers don't even realize this homework needs to be done in the first place. They're so fixated on those front-end sales tools that they're completely ignoring the foundational mechanics. Section 2. Enter the janitor phase, doing the homework. Okay, so it's time to shift to a completely different paradigm, one that Rozek and his peers at One Keel AI are championing. Meet the digital janitor. This is the totally unsexy but highly leveraged foundation of AI. We're talking about scrubbing bad data, untangling broken lead flows, and reconciling pricing errors that honestly should have been caught 3 systems ago. Rozek calls this engineering the friction out. Sure, it doesn't make for an eye-catching trade show booth, but without this basic scrubbing and untangling, everything else you try to stack on top of your operations is literally going to crumble. Instead of just endlessly chasing automated sales, Rozek points out 3 specific operational fixes this janitor AI actually handles. Things like stabilizing the lifecycle flow, unlocking the service goldmine, and plugging inbound leaks. Let's break these down, because this is where the real value actually lives. Section 3. Fixing the lifecycle flow from sieve to ship. Think about it. You can't pour more water into a cracked hull and call it growth. If your sales-to-service loop is broken, you aren't really running a dealership anymore. You're running a sieve. Every single customer that falls through that gap between buying a car and getting it serviced, that is earned revenue you're just handing right back. Technologies focusing on this janitor phase act as the literal keel, the stabilizer that keeps your ship from tipping over the second you try to scale. Bottom line, you've got to fix the hole first. Section 4. The hidden service goldmine, reclaiming fixed ops. This brings us to the second major fix, fixed ops. This is where the real, sustainable money lives in the car business, even though, let's be honest, the industry constantly treats it like some back-office afterthought. But real operational AI doesn't just power down the minute the ink dries on a sales contract. It bridges the gap immediately. It proactively engineers that next service visit right there, before the customer even drives off the lot. As Rozek points out, this isn't just a cute little feature. Proactively engineering the customer lifecycle, that is the entire business case for AI in a dealership. Section 5. Plugging the dealership leaks. Stop buying more leads. Rozek does not mince words here. Dealerships today don't have a leads problem, they have a leaks problem. Just look at this number, 40%. If you're burning 40% of your inbound opportunities because your internal process looks like it was designed by 3 different vendors in a coin flip, well, simply throwing more lead volume at it just accelerates the bleeding. You're literally paying for opportunities just to watch them fall right through the cracks. So what's the solution? You've got to fix the deal structure. Fix the bucket you're pouring all those expensive leads into. Proper AI infrastructure handles that friction, so your people can actually do the jobs they were hired to do, like selling cars and servicing vehicles, instead of desperately trying to duct tape broken systems together at 9 p.m. on a busy Saturday. It's really about empowering your human workforce by just letting the digital janitor clean up the mess. Section 6. The 2026 bottom line, chaos versus clarity. Rosick doesn't soften his warning for the industry here, and it's something every leader absolutely needs to hear. You've got to stop buying AI just because it popped up in a targeted ad or because a buddy in your 20 group mentioned it over dinner. If your current AI strategy is basically just a fancy way to send automated happy birthday emails, you're just decorating the sideline. To actually be in the game, you need to buy AI because it acts as operational infrastructure. It needs to make your day-to-day operations bulletproof. Let the AI handle the chaos at the operational layer so you can actually lead with clarity at the top. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a final, kind of provocative thought. Getting a grip on the janitor phase, that's the adult version of automotive tech. It's not flashy, but it's absolutely fundamental. So here's the question you have to ask yourself. Are you going to fix your underlying operations right now, or are you just going to watch your competitors do it first? Will 2026 be the year you pull ahead, or the year you realize you've just been decorating the sideline? Take a hard look at your own tech stack and think about what a digital janitor could actually do for your bottom line. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive.